Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Unraveled, the show that keeps you up to date on the latest breakthroughs, trends, and head-scratchers in the world of AI.
Mm.
This show is the brainchild of Etienne Neumann, senior software engineer by day, passionate soccer dad by weekend.
Nice.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode.
Yeah, definitely.
It's February 28th, 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and AI World decided to drop a whole pile of news on us today.
Yeah, it's like everyone was waiting for the end of the month to make their big announcements.
Exactly. So we've got OpenAI making a splash,
Right.
Tencent jumping into the ring, Meta's making moves,
Mm.
and even a little quantum computing action from Amazon, plus Canada's thrown a bit of a wrench in the gears.
Lots to unpack today.
For sure.
Should we start with OpenAI?
Yeah, let's do it.
They didn't just release one, but two major updates.
It's like they're trying to make up for lost time or something.
Maybe.
First up, they've launched GPT-4.5, the successor to GPT-4. Faster, better reasoning, and improved multimodal capabilities. Pro users and developers have it now, but everyone else will be getting it soon.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is the focus on incremental improvements. They're not claiming to have reached some mythical frontier AI.
Right.
It's about steady progress, which honestly might be a more realistic approach in the long run.
Yeah, I think so, but then they hit us with the curveball. They've added emotional intelligence to GPT 4.5.
That's the one that really caught my eye.
Okay, tell me more.
Think about it. AI that can actually understand and respond to human emotions. That's not just a technical leap. It's a whole new level of interaction. OpenAI is suggesting a future where AI can empathize with you.
Whoa, okay, so that's huge for things like customer service, right? Imagine a chatbot that can actually tell you're frustrated and tries to de-escalate this situation.
Exactly. Or what about therapy? Could an AI provide emotional support?
Wow.
It even changes how we think about AI companionship.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal.
Okay, so while OpenAI is focusing on feelings, Tencent, the Chinese tech giant, is all about speed. They just unveiled an AI model designed for lightning-fast processing.
This is a clear sign of the AI arms race, heating up Tencent, aiming for dominance in real-time applications. Things like gaming, high-frequency trading, even autonomous vehicles.
So does that mean they're sacrificing accuracy for speed? That seems kind of risky, especially for self-driving cars where a split-second decision could have huge consequences.
That's the million-dollar question. It's a trade-off, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's where the real innovation lies, finding the sweet spot between speed and reliability for each specific use case. Tencent's betting that in some fields, speed is the trump card.
Interesting. Speaking of bold moves, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta are launching a standalone AI app.
Oh, yeah.
It's meant to be a direct competitor to ChatGPT and other AI assistants.
This is a fascinating strategic shift for Meta. They're moving beyond integrating AI features into their existing platforms like Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
This new app signals a commitment to becoming a major player in the dedicated AI space.
So they're basically creating an AI hub, a one-stop shop for all things AI, advanced chatbots, image generation, whatever cool new stuff they come up with.
Yeah. Yes. The question is, will users trust Meta with their AI interactions, given their history with data privacy?
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how they position this app and build user trust.
Okay, before we dive into Amazon's Quantum Leap, I want to take a quick moment to remind our listeners that AI Unraveled is a listener-supported podcast. We rely on your generous donations to keep this content free and accessible to everyone.
It's true. We're incredibly grateful for the support of our listeners. Every contribution helps us keep the lights on and the AI insights flowing.
If you're enjoying the show and want to help us keep it ad-free, you can find donation links in the show notes. Now back to the news. Amazon just unveiled their first ever quantum computing chip. What does that even mean for us non-physicists?
Think of it this way. Quantum computers are like the supercars of the computing world. They can tackle problems exponentially faster than traditional computers. This could lead to breakthroughs in all sorts of fields, from medicine to material science and, of course, AI.
So Amazon is basically gearing up for the next generation of AI. It's a long game, but they're clearly betting big on quantum computing's potential.
Absolutely. They're investing in the future, and this move could have a ripple effect across the entire AI landscape.
Wow. Okay, so we've got OpenAI getting emotional,
Yeah.
Tencent speeding things up,
Right.
Meta building an AI empire, and Amazon going quantum.
Yeah.
Anything else trying to grab our attention today?
We can't forget ideogram. They're also focused on speed, but specifically for visual and textual content creation. They claim their new model can churn out high-quality content like website designs, movie posters, even marketing copy at lightning speed.
Wait, so I could just tell this AI, make me a website about underwater basket weaving, and boom, it's done.
That's the idea. It's all about real-time content generation, empowering businesses and individuals to create professional-looking materials in seconds. It could be a game changer for marketing, advertising, even education.
This is getting a little scary. Are we all going to be out of a job soon?
That's a big question. It's less about AI replacing jobs and more about AI transforming how we work. These tools could free up time for more creative and strategic tasks, but it'll definitely require us to adapt and learn new skills.
All right, so things are moving fast. Maybe too fast. Which brings us to our final headline. Canada's Privacy Commissioner is launching an investigation into X, formerly Twitter, for potentially misusing personal data to train its AI models. So this is a reminder that all this dazzling AI progress comes with a responsibility to protect user data and privacy.
It sounds like X might have cut some corners in their AI training, which is a big no-no.
It raises some serious ethical questions. As AI becomes more powerful, we need to make sure it's developed and used responsibly.
Okay, so that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of today's AI news. We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have. It really is a lot to process. We've got this incredible push for faster, more powerful AI, but then these ethical concerns lurking in the background.
Yeah.
It's almost like a race against time to figure out how to manage these advancements before they manage us. Exactly. And it's not just about keeping personal data safe. It's also about making sure AI is used for good, not for, taking over the world or something.
Well, world domination aside, there are some real concerns.
Like what?
For instance, think about Ideogram's model, the one that can whip up a website in seconds.
Right.
That's incredible, but it also means someone could easily create incredibly convincing fake news or propaganda.
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought of that. So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how people choose to use it.
Precisely. And that's where regulation comes in. Governments around the world are grappling with how to create safeguards and guidelines for AI development. Canada's investigation into X is a prime example of that.
It seems like a tough balancing act, right?
Yeah.
You want to encourage innovation, but also prevent potential harm.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a conversation that needs to happen across industries, governments, and even within society as a whole. What role do we want AI to play in our lives? What are our limits? These aren't easy questions to answer.
Okay, so back to the exciting stuff for a minute. I'm still kind of blown away by this whole emotional intelligence thing from OpenAI. What are the chances this could actually work? I mean, can AI truly understand and respond to human emotions in a meaningful way?
It's definitely still early days, but the research in this area is moving fast. They're training these models on massive data sets of human interaction, teaching them to recognize patterns in language, tone of voice, even facial expressions.
So it's like they're teaching AI to read our emotions the same way we do by picking up on all these subtle cues.
Exactly. And the more data they have, the better these models become at recognizing and interpreting those cues.
Makes sense.
The potential applications are incredibly vast, from mental health support to personalized education to even just more intuitive and helpful AI assistants in our daily lives.
I'm starting to see how this could change everything. Imagine a world where technology understands us on a deeper level, where it can adapt to our moods and needs.
It's a fascinating possibility. Of course, there are potential downsides too. What happens if these models misinterpret our emotions?
Right.
Or if they're used to manipulate us in some way? These are all questions that need to be carefully considered as this technology develops.
Speaking of careful consideration, let's talk about Tencent Speed Demon AI for a moment.
Okay.
I get that speed is crucial in some areas like high-frequency trading, where milliseconds can mean the difference between making a fortune and losing everything.
Right?
But what about things like self-driving cars? Isn't there a danger in making decisions too quickly?
You're right to be cautious. When it comes to autonomous vehicles, speed needs to be balanced with safety.
Yeah.
And that's where things get tricky. How do you train an AI to react quickly in unexpected situations without compromising passenger safety?
It's like a high-stakes game of chess where every move matters.
Exactly. And that's why companies like Tencent are investing so heavily in simulation and testing.
Okay.
They're essentially creating virtual worlds where their AI models can learn to navigate complex scenarios and make split-second decisions without putting anyone in real danger.
Okay, that makes sense. So they're not just letting these AI models loose on the roads without any training wheels.
No.
They're putting them through rigorous testing to make sure they can handle the pressure.
Absolutely. The stakes are just too high to cut corners in this area. And as these technologies continue to evolve, we're going to see even more sophisticated testing methods emerge.
It sounds like the AI world is constantly pushing the boundaries, both in terms of what's possible and what's ethical.
It really is a dynamic field, and that's why it's so important to have open conversations about these advancements to weigh the potential benefits against the potential risks.
And to make sure we're all informed about what's happening, right?
Precisely. Because ultimately, the future of AI is something we'll all be shaping together.
Well said. Now, speaking of shaping the future, let's circle back to Meta's new standalone AI app. They're going head-to-head with some pretty big players in the AI assistant game. Do you think they have a chance to make a real dent in this market?
It's a good question. On the one hand, Meta has a huge user base and vast resources, which gives them a definite advantage. They could easily integrate this app into their existing platforms, giving them instant access to millions of potential users.
So they've got the reach, but do they have the trust?
That's the big question mark. Meta's reputation has taken some hits in recent years, particularly around data privacy.
For sure.
They'll need to convince users that they've learned from their mistakes and that they're committed to protecting user data in this new AI venture.
It's like they're trying to rebrand themselves as an AI company, but their past might be holding them back.
It's a hurdle they'll definitely need to overcome. They'll need to be transparent about how they're collecting and using data, and they'll need to build robust privacy protections into the app from the ground up.
So it's not just about having the coolest AI features. It's about building trust and demonstrating a commitment to ethical AI development.
Absolutely. And that goes for all the companies in this space.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, trust is going to be the ultimate currency.
Well said. Okay, I think we've covered most of the major headlines. But before we wrap up, I want to remind our listeners that AI Unraveled is a listener-supported podcast. We rely on your donations to keep this content free and accessible to everyone.
We're incredibly grateful for the support of our listeners. Every donation helps us keep the lights on and the AI insights flowing.
If you're enjoying the show and want to help us stay ad-free, you can find donation links in the show notes. We really appreciate your generosity.
It's amazing to think how much the AI landscape has changed in just a few short years. We've gone from basic chatbots to AI that can understand emotions, create websites on demand, and potentially revolutionize entire industries.
It's mind-blowing and a little bit terrifying at the same time. Like, where do we even go from here? What's the next frontier in AI?
That's a big question, isn't it? Some experts believe we're on the verge of developing artificial general intelligence AGI.
AGI.
AI that can perform any intellectual task that a human being can.
Whoa, hold on, AGI. Like AI, that's as smart as we are. That sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It might sound far-fetched, but there are some serious thinkers in the field who believe it's only a matter of time. And if AGI does become a reality, it could have profound implications for society, the economy, even the very nature of what it means to be human.
Okay, I officially need to sit down for this AGI. That's a whole other level of the deep dive.
It is, and it's a conversation we'll definitely need to have in future episodes.
Mhm.
But for now, I think it's important to focus on the here and now. We've got these incredible advancements happening all around us, and it's up to all of us to understand them, to engage with them, and to shape how they're used.
You're right. It's easy to get caught up in the hype or the fear. But ultimately, AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It all depends on the people wielding it.
Exactly. So as we move forward into this exciting and uncertain future, it's crucial to have these conversations, to ask tough questions, and to demand transparency and accountability from the companies developing these technologies.
And to stay informed,
Yeah.
right? That's what AI Unraveled is all about.
Absolutely. We're here to help you navigate the complex and ever-evolving world of AI, to break down the latest developments, and to explore the ethical and societal implications of these advancements.
And we couldn't do it without the support of our amazing listeners. If you're enjoying the show and want to help us keep the AI insights flowing, consider spreading the word about your business or service by advertising on AI Unraveled. You can reach thousands of professionals just like you.
It's a great way to support the show and connect with a highly engaged audience.
You can find all the details on our website. And of course, we always appreciate donations. Every contribution helps us keep the content ad-free and accessible to everyone.
Thank you to everyone who has supported us so far. We truly appreciate it.
All right, that's a wrap for another episode of AI Unraveled. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest AI news and developments.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep unraveling the mysteries of artificial intelligence.